So Lab 7, Windows Server Secure User Administration. So we'll be setting up least privileges. So we'll be creating a group policy named least privilege policy, and then we'll be configuring it in the group policy management console. So if we go here from the previous lab, the same setup still exists, where we have a finance organizational unit, and then we have to just create the group policy object, new one, least privilege policy. Right, and then we have to link it to the finance organizational unit, and then we have to edit group. Then we go to computer configuration, policies, Windows settings, security settings, and then we have to go to local policies, user rights assignment, and then we just have to deny the access to this computer from the network, and then we just add a user group. So the user group that I'm going to add here is so what I did was, if I go to the ADUC console, I just created 2 users in the finance department, and then I added them to a group called non-admin or non-administrative users. So the group policy will be applied to these users within the organizational unit. Our least privilege policy will be applied to these users within this group, within the organizational unit. So I'll just specify here non-admin, and then apply. So now whoever users are in this this group will not be allowed to access the computer from the network. And then so we've done that. We could have done it with PowerShell, but I linked it manually. Here I linked the least privilege policy manually already. We could also do this, but yeah, this would be if you want to create a group policy organization from PowerShell. And then define roles and set permissions to limit user capabilities in Active Directory. So maybe some users will have the ability to reset passwords and some won't. So we'll use the delegation of control wizard in Active Directory users and computers for granular control. So just go right click on the organizational unit, delegate control, and then we'll have to and then we'll just do administrative users. We could just do, for example, James. That's one of the users. Let's go back here, check. Yeah, John Smith. Right, and then click next, and then he'll have all these different permissions. So he will have this create management policy links. So he'll have this to ability to reset user passwords and force password change in the next logout. And click finish, and then he'll have this type of role. So right. So to test that, we just have to go to both the server and the client, open up PowerShell. An administrator. Yes. OGP update/force on both server and client. Just gonna be updating the policy. Yeah, so the policy has been successfully updated. So we could test this by just logging for example, logging as John Smith as the user here on the client, and then from remote service administration tools, Active Directory user computers. Now he'll have the ability to reset passwords from the of, like, for example, in finance. So John will be able to reset Amy's password, but not the other way around. So for task 2, jump server / privileged access workstation setup. So we have to deploy a Windows server designated jump server, which a Windows Server 2019 here. Our domain controller is the Windows Server 2022, and then we need to install remote desktop services for secure access. So I'm just going to here, and then add roles and features, and then next, and then next. And then here, remote desktop services, RDS. And then next, and then next, and then next, and then install. I think something about raw desktop virtualization with Hyper 5 not being compatible because the processor for this PC that I have is incompatible. But we'll see if that'll cause issues later on. So install. I just had to wait for it to complete. So it would be the subnet that all of our VMs, the network portion of the IP address. So for our case, if we just run ipconfig, it's 192.168.2.0. So we would just have to create an inbound role that only allows trusted IPs from that specific subnet. So we just have to run. We could just run this command, but then change this to 2.0. So that created the new inbound rules. So we just have to go here to Windows Defender with advanced security, Windows Firewall with advanced security. Yeah. Right, so you'll probably find that, yeah, so right here, allow trusted IPs, and it's enabled. Okay, so that has been completed. The third task, perform basic advanced auditing tasks. We just have to set up a local security policy and then an audit policy, and then enable policies such as audit logon events and audit object access. So what I did was we can either do it through PowerShell. So we just have to load up our VM here, and here on the Windows server, search for local security policy. So we have account policies, local policies. So we just have to go to local policies, audit policy, and then we have to audit logon events. So we'll audit these events. So it will show up in the event viewer every time the user logs on. And then audit object access, so we just have to apply, and yeah, so that's been set up. And then do this PowerShell example here. So use my PowerShell. So the command has been successfully executed, this PowerShell command. And then we just have to open the group policy management console and navigate to advanced audit policy configuration. So we just and then configure policies for monitoring specific actions such as file access or privilege use. So we just have to go to the group policy management console. See. Object, new, I call this audit policy for file access. And then we just have to click, first we have to link the GPO, obviously. This to domain users, and then we just an example, we can just and then we click edit, policy, window settings, and then security settings. Then we just go to advanced what policy configuration. Other policies. We see different policies for different things, like account logon. I'll just make this bigger. And log on, account log on, or log on or log off, and then we want to do it. Different actions, right? So we just do it. Let's just do log on and log off. Audit log on. Success and failure. Okay. Success and failure. And audit account logout, very important. And then sensitive privileges, introduce events. And then here, audit file system. No. Audit. Okay. So we've completed this step, and now we just want to enhance account security by creating and linking users to the protected users group. So we just have to create a new group called protected users within the users container, and then add test users to this group. Ensure properties like Kerberos pre-authentication are enabled. So we just have to open up Active Directories and computers again, and then just create a new group within the users container called protected users. It's already existing because I already created it. And then I have to create some test users inside the users container and then link it to make it a member of the protected users group. So I just go here, user, just call it test user 1, and then here test user 1. And then we just make the password. New user test user 2. And then you just have to go to properties again, and then member of protected users. Protected users. And then apply, and then yeah. So they're both a member of protect, and then for the second as well. and then apply, and then, yeah. So they're both memory protected users. And that confirm ensures things like Kerberos pre-authentication are enabled. So we just go here, go back to protected users, properties. Yeah, I'm assuming because we have secure here, Kerberos pre-authentication is enabled. So the last step, configuring Windows Defender Credential Guard. Enable Credential Guard for enhanced protection. It could be on the, I'm guessing, the client VM, or we could just do it, enable it through group policy configuration, and that when we update the group policy, it will be enabled on the client machine from the server. But before we do that, we have to set up a little bit of stuff in VirtualBox. So I've powered off the VM which I want to set it up on. We just have to go to options, and then we go to UEFI enable secure boot. Now secure boot has been enabled, and I'm assuming the Windows 10 ISO that I have will enable it. Now we just have to start the VM up again, and then so we just power on this virtual machine. Okay. Okay, so we just need to run some PowerShell commands to enable secure boot, and then once we've enabled secure boot, that will allow us to enable the virtualization based security and credential guard. So run administrator. So we're just going to try the PowerShell commands that to enable credential guard. So we just have to enable Windows optional feature, select user mode over here. So we just have to wait, it's running. Name isolated mode is unknown. So we just run this command to ensure the Hyper-V is enabled, which is what I think user isolated mode requires it. So I realized that we probably have to do this before we do it through PowerShell, to the group policy. So I'll just go to the Windows server. And then, yeah. So we just have to go to the group policy management console again, and then new virtualization based security, and then we'll just link here, and then we'll just add it to domain users. Right, and then here, edit, configuration, policies, administrative template, and then we just have to do system, and then device guard, turn on virtual enabled. Apply. Okay. Right, so that's been enabled. Now we just have to go here and then do update /force. Right. And then, right, feature name, user. So if we go to the documentation, you'll see that it might be the version that I'm using. It might not be available, which is probably why it's not working. Right. So if I go here to turn Windows features, I don't know if it should be here, but it's not found here. The isolated user mode, so that makes us unable to activate the credential guard and virtualization based security. So yeah, that might be the issue here. But I've tried all the troubleshooting I can, and it might just be the version of Windows that's being used here. So yeah, that concludes the Lab 7. and a lot of stuff was covered here. And then more group policy creation, and then configuring the jump server, and configuring auditing tags. So whenever a user logs in, Event Viewer will be auditing, and this is really important in an IT environment, which will allow us to provide a layer of security on our virtual machines.